Done. We are officially done with the house. I'm moving in next week. I'm super excited. Today I want to talk a little bit about the impact of me finishing this, along with some realizations that I've had about myself, my YouTube channel, and my plan to basically unfuck it. I just want to talk and tell you a little bit about what's going on with me, what I've been thinking about, and some realizations that I've come to that were almost like earth-shattering, because sometimes when you're in the middle of something or you're going through it, you can't really see it for what it is. And for me, there's a lot of things lately, it seems like, that I've been kind of just coming to terms with and dealing with. And the reason this all kind of came together, or the reason why I started thinking about this in the first place, was because about a week ago, it all kind of just hit me in terms of the fact that I'm almost finished building this house. And it's more than that, though. It was the sense of relief that came with the fact that I'm almost done. For the past 3.5 years that I've been building this house, because literally it took like a year to design it and then like 2.5 years to build, lots of problems, extra money. It's just been kind of an emotional nightmare a little bit. And the reason why I wanted to build a house in the first place, or another one, is because I love the process of building houses and doing things like renovating the salon. I love that. Building my mom or renovating my mom a house. Like, I love that. I loved building my first house and renovating my cool loft. But this one was different. It was different for a lot of reasons. And from the start, it was stressful. The whole thing was stressful. And when you're dealing with like money stresses, that's like a whole nother thing. And as you know, or as I've talked about, I try to do everything when it comes to like stuff like business or even things like building a house or buying real estate. If I can't afford to pay cash, I don't do it. So this thing, I never had a loan on it. I've built it for cash, which a lot of people think is stupid. I just sleep better not owing anybody anything. So literally for the past like 3.5 years, I've been like really like anxious and stressed out, and just, it's been emotionally hard. It's been what I focused on. What I haven't focused on is the AlphaM YouTube channel, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a second. But the other day, it was actually on Monday, last Monday, I just had the sense of peace. Like, okay, I'm finished. I've paid everybody who needs to be paid. We're almost done. I'm moving in literally like 2 weeks. I did it. And I was super proud of myself for being able to do it. Now, should I have done this? If I would have known then when I started that it was going to cost as much as it did, would I have done it? No, because I wouldn't have been able to afford it. But when I was in it, there was no getting out of it. And so I had to keep going. And so it's one of those things where there was this huge sense of, it was like a multi-million-dollar pound gorilla that was off of my back. It was this huge sense of relief, honestly. And people ask me like, oh, are you super excited? I'm like, no, I'm tired, and I'm just like so glad that it's done, because literally I've been stressed out about this or thinking about this for, it's my builder, hang on. Yo, Joel. Hey, Sammy needs you to go and approve the marble jam, the gap between the kitchen and the jam. It's like a 1/2 inch, which I think that he's not gonna be able to do anything about it. I think it's fine. The drywall people have to do it. Yeah, cool. All right, thanks, man. Bye. Anyway, it was this sense of just relief, if I'm being honest. And then I started thinking, really, for the past 10 years, I have been doing stuff and having like big projects. It started when I bought my office, honestly. I bought my office and I renovated that. And it was great because it was all about business, it was all about like entrepreneurship, and it was amazing. And that's where I was running Pete and Pedro out of. And so at that point, 10 years ago, it was awesome, right? I was loving it and things were great. Well, then I decided to buy my condo, and then I renovated that. And then I decided to build my house, the house that I'm living in now, because I hated living in the condo. That was a project, right? A few years. And then after that, I'm like, okay, let's do something else. I bought my mom a house, and then we renovated it, added an addition on. Okay, cool. And then I did the salon, renovated the salon, started a new business. And then after that, I decided to embark on this house that I'm about to finish. And so for literally like the past 10 years, I've been doing like big stuff. And honestly, like, that is where a lot of my focus has been. For literally the past 10 years, I've been doing like big stuff. And I was worried a little bit when I was doing this house that I'm currently in. I'm like, what happens when I'm done if I'm like, I need to do something else, or what's next? I literally was stressed about that, because I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I this way? Why am I the type of person that like is never like satisfied, just like chilling out and just enjoying things? And then it got me to think a little bit more about entrepreneurship. And is the entrepreneur ever really like satisfied, or is he ever like done? So for the past 10 years, I literally have just been almost distracted by shiny objects or things that I think are cool or that I'm interested in doing. Even though I was still making videos on Alpha M, I wasn't focusing on it. I wasn't evolving. I wasn't basically changing with the times or growing as my audience grew. I stayed the same. And this, in and of itself, really was the start of the problem. I didn't evolve, I didn't adapt. And then when the world shut down 4 years ago, that's when things started to really go bad. And I didn't work hard enough to figure shit out then. And so over the course of the past year, it's gotten like really bad, where I am not inspired, I'm not excited. And that was one of the things that I loved about YouTube, and I loved about making content, and I love about this channel, honestly, is like, I love it. I love making content. I love talking about things that are gonna help people or I feel are gonna be beneficial. But with the Alpha M channel, it wasn't that anymore. Instead of figuring out and going back to my why, which is helping guys feel and look amazing, I was focused on chasing views and clicks in order to just get better views. And so it wasn't about doing videos that I thought were gonna be beneficial, it was about doing videos that I thought were gonna get clicks. And unfortunately, I went down the rabbit hole of very sexual thumbnails, just kind of like over-the-top topics, and I neglected my why and my mission. And the fundamental reason why I started posting videos in the first place, which was to help guys feel and look better. And so the other day I decided, you know what? I gotta change this. The other thing that happened, and the other reason why I know that I didn't grow, is because I was my island. I was basically trying to micromanage or control everything, as opposed to looking to bring fresh people, fresh ideas, and building a team. I didn't. For the longest time, literally from the beginning, from 2008, I've been doing everything. Every video idea I've got to come up with. Video editing, I was doing it. Thumbnails, I was thinking of the thumbnails. I stopped growing. And because of this, it was impossible for me to do or create content that was better, or that was more relevant, or that was just more in tune or in touch with what people were interested in now. Instead, what I would do was like, oh, this video about manscaping did well 8 years ago, I'm gonna do another manscaping video. And I posted a video the other day on the Alpha M YouTube channel, said I'm killing the Alpha M channel. And really it was me just being honest and saying, look, I have fucked this up bad, and I am dedicated, and I am ready to change it and fix it. And I also asked for people to basically, if you're interested in joining my creative team, to send me an email. I'm gonna email or include that email down below. I'm actually gonna include that video, so I don't have to go into all the nitty-gritty, gory details of what I was talking about there. But what I want to do is build a creative team. I want people around me that can bring new freshness to the table. But after I posted that, and this was another mistake on my part, I didn't realize what the problem truly was until I got an email from a gentleman named Devin. This guy Devin sent an email, and I get, whenever I post a video like that, I get tons of emails. My mom will get emails because she handles customer service for Pete and Pedro. Terry at Menfluential will get emails. Rob and Kelly will get it from T. Shanley. I get it, Debbie gets it. Like, I get a ton of emails just saying, this is your problem, or this is what you should do, or you suck. The good news is that I still have some street cred. And judging from the comments on the videos, people are rooting for me to figure it out. Comment section was amazing and filled with so much insight. A lot of the comments are not easy to hear, because it's not easy to be like, yep, go ahead, like, tell me all the reasons why I suck. And that, a lot of times, is what you get. You do get a part of that, but over that, or more important than that, It was the fact that there were so many people that were just supportive and saying, you can do this. This is why we started watching you, and this is what you were good at. This is how you helped me. And then I got that email, like I said, from this guy, Devin, who said, no, you've got it all wrong. You're asking people to help solve your problem, but your problem is you lost your why. Why are you creating content? Until you know that, and until you go back to that core mission, you're never going to be able to solve your problem. And this was so unbelievably eye-opening to me, and it was like an epiphany. And it was like, fuck, he's right. Why am I making videos? Is it to chase views? Is it to get sponsors? It's to help people. Period. Bottom line. It's the reason why I started this channel, except this is more business focused than financial. It's turned into a little bit of a vlog, but I love making these videos. It's also why I started the White Label Empire, which if you haven't yet joined, I'm gonna link to that down below. It's my business community. We got 2 different membership options. Anyway, but it's true. The community is amazing, and if you're interested in starting a business, we got 2 options in terms of membership. We got a $95 a month membership, or the $400 membership, which is an annual membership. You pay one time, you pick whatever. I'm gonna link to that down below. The community is epically amazing, and it's what I've been focusing on, honestly, the past year. I'm starting to sweat. Anyway, so I started reading all these comments, and it was like I got punched in the face or smacked in the face with a baseball bat. All of a sudden, it was like, oh, hello, like, hi, Alpha M, great to see you again. And I went, boom, right into my kitchen and filmed a video about how to make the Alpha Shake that I make that's healthy, gonna give you protein and lean muscle. It wasn't sponsored or anything like that. And it was like, I can't even tell you. It was just like, it felt so good. And it's like, this is the type of content that I used to make that I absolutely loved. Oh no, there's a jackhammer. Uh-oh, I think we gotta move. There's a jackhammer. Jackhammering. Anyway, when I got that email from Devin about my why, and I lost my why, and until I find what that actually is again, I'm never going to basically find success or be on the right track. Regardless of how many people join my creative team, I've got to figure out what the mission is. And when he said that, when he sent that, it was like, literally I got smacked in the face with a baseball bat, and I got it. And it's like, why did it take me so long? And then I realized why it took me so long. It was because I've been chasing shiny objects, and I've been trying to do a lot of things other than work on and develop better content. And so the thing that I am focused on now for the foreseeable future is building back my YouTube channel. Making content that people want to watch again, making content that I want to film, and making content that's actually going to help people and not chase just the views. I think the views will come if I'm doing something that I'm excited about, that I'm passionate about, and that will actually be helpful and that's interesting, and that hasn't been done 2,700 times before. You know, the other thing, you know, I heard is I'm making too much content, and I'm like, yes, 100%. I was doing the whole quantity versus quality, and that's the other thing that has to change for me and that I'm focused on working on. I was doing 4 videos a week for a very long time, and the reason why it started to be 4 videos a week is because I had, you know, 4 sponsors. At the time, I was making a ton of money, views were amazing, and so it's like, yeah, let's do 4 videos a week because, you know, it's gonna be great. And for a long time, the system and the format worked, but then it stopped working. Anyway, I was posting 4 videos a week. There was a time where that worked and the format worked, and I was doing 20 million views a month. It was booming, like we were making tons of money, everything was awesome. But then when the world shut down, everything changed. But I didn't, and I kept putting out 4 videos a week. I would just come up with things, but the process changed. Before, I would spend time and energy every morning getting up, and I would be journaling and scripting and looking at things, and I was working hard. But then when everything shut down, I got lazy, honestly, and this is the thing. And the thing that I really need to be completely clear with you about and honest, and that is I got lazy. Instead of focusing on making better content, I focused on other things that were new and fresh and exciting. And I think this is something that is very common with a lot of people, right? When things aren't easy, or when things get a little bit like complacent or boring, you look for something else to stimulate you, right? It's why I think a lot of people, you know, have affairs, because, you know, things aren't as exciting, and then they see somebody and they think, oh, that'll be like, that's the whole thing. For me, it's not women or affairs, it's businesses, it's real estate. And those are the things that I've been chasing. And I've been successful at that. But it's been at the detriment to the thing that got me to be able to do the things with real estate and other businesses, which is create content. And at the end of the day, this is what I love to do. It's the only thing that makes me happy. But what doesn't make me happy is doing content that I'm not passionate about. What doesn't make me happy is putting out something that people don't care about or don't want to watch. For the past like 3 years, every day has been like I get punched in the face every time I upload or put out a video, because I just realized I don't have my phone with me, and either it's in my car or I left it where I was sitting the first time, and so we gotta go check. Anyway, it sucked, and it was uninspiring, and I wasn't enjoying myself, and I was to the point where I'm like, why am I even doing this? Honestly, it's like, this sucks. It's emotionally just not good for me, and it was very, very hard. Emotionally, it was very, very hard time for me. And one of the things that's helped is this channel. And that was one of the other kind of, not mistakes. I feel like doing this channel, The Empire, is a great outlet, because I don't think people on Alpha M are interested as much as you guys are in like business and like vlogs and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but I wanted to separate the two. And so this has been a huge thing for me. And it's also been an incredible outlet. And you know, doing these videos are things, you know, these videos are what I love to do. And it was something where, even though I was making a bunch of content for Alpha M, I'd always look forward to like these videos, because these are more like in tune with what I used to do with Alpha M, right? I just talk about something that I think is important and shoot a video. And so I love these. They're not a lot of pressure. They're not sponsored. It's gonna be a process. It's gonna take a minute. It could take a year, it could take 2 years, but I'm committed to building it back. I'm also committed to basically helping a lot of these guys that I'm not helping anymore. And that's one of the things that kind of sucks. Whenever I meet somebody, you know, a lot of times people are very gracious and be like, oh, I love your content. But a lot of people will say, hey, I used to watch your videos, or you helped me when I was in high school, or you taught me how to tie a tie. And whenever I hear that, it's like awesome. Like, I'm glad that I was able to help in that time or point of your life. But then it brings me to, well, why aren't you watching me now? And I know the reason. It's because I'm still talking about shaving your balls. Not that there isn't a reason to shave your balls, but you get what I'm saying. I know what I need to do. I need to get back to basics, and I need to get back to my why, which is helping guys look and feel amazing, period. That's it. That's why I started this channel, Alpha M, in the first place. That's why I started making videos. It was to help guys like me that needed the help. And would you look at that? My phone! Can you imagine? Like, talk about like a shitty day. What's up? Oh. Anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit and tell you what's been going on with me. It's been very hard emotionally, but I finally feel like I can breathe, and even though I'm not where I need to be, I know where I need to go. And a lot of times, for me at least, if I don't have a direction, or if I'm just kind of like doing something just to do it, it's not satisfying. It's also not going to produce very good results because my heart isn't in it. And so for the past 10 years, I've been chasing these shiny objects and doing a lot of things, which were great at the time. But then 4 years ago, the focus needed to be shifted to my YouTube channel as opposed to building myself a badass house. Now, the good news is that I got a badass house and it's paid for. The bad news is that I have squandered an opportunity, and that is what I'm going to try to build again. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a long time probably to build it back, and I don't even know what back looks like in today's world or now, but I just know that if I make content that I want to make and that I'm proud of and that will help people and that will be true to my why, then everything else will work out. Thanks for everything, guys, and sorry for losing my direction, but I'm back and better than ever.